this would be the lamina, pedicle, the kind of oval body. Now I mentioned that thing about the ribs. Okay, so look at this. So this thing is kind of this thing coming out like this. Okay. Superior costal facet for the head of the rib. In other words, a rib attaches here. Oh, I got a rib. So this is a right rib. So the rib attaches to the thoracic vertebrae, the body of the vertebrae here, but it also, this little bump right here, attaches on to the transverse process. So it kind of curves around this way. So you got an attachment point here and an attachment point here. So these little smooth structures on the thoracic vertebrae are where your ribs attach. Now, one of the things that I really, this is one of the many pet peeves I have. This thing, the superior costal facet for the head of the rib, or the inferior costal facet for the head of the rib, they changed the name of this thing a few years ago, and I still mess it up. So they go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 7 words now describe these little places where the ribs articulate. If you got an early edition of Martini, but it's going to have to be like 3rd or 4th edition or before, they used to call these little things there where the 7 words are, they used to call them demifacets, which I like. I mean, it's just one word, right? Now they got 7 words to describe what one word used to say. I don't get it, right? Somebody didn't like the word demifacet, I guess. Well, anyway, these little facets for the articulation of the head of the ribs, or demifacets, I guess we shouldn't use that word anymore, are where the ribs attach. And they're only on thoracic vertebrae. The lumbars are the big boys. They're the largest vertebrae. They're the weight-bearing vertebrae. This is a thoracic. There's 5 of them. To be honest with you, T12 looks a whole lot like an L, but I am not so mean. Believe me, I'm not. Are you recording this? I am not so mean that I would put out, purposely go find a T12, stick it out, and say, you know, what kind of vertebrae is this? And you look at it and go, oh yeah, that's a lumbar because it's got this, you know, big thick body and this big hatchet-shaped thing here. And you put, yeah, lumbar, I know that's lumbar. And then somebody would say, oh, what kind of vertebrae was that you put out? That was a lumbar, right? And I go, ha, 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 ha. You thought it was. It was a T12. I sort of time over that thing. Oh, I'm not going to do that to you. I just want you to recognize them. These are the big weight-bearing vertebrae down here that people often injure because you're being goofy and picking stuff up wrong. We all do it, right? But it's got this big body. It's got this big, massive, hatchet-shaped spinous process. No place for articulation of the ribs or anything like that. Once again, though, it would have the pedicle. Oh, here, now they finally label it. Pedicle, lamina, vertebral frame, and there's the body. So you see, it's just real big. They're all pretty big. So you'll see tonight how they look. And so those are the lumbars. And the last one is the sacral vertebrae. You know, well, here I got one here. Oh boy, this one is beat up. Wow. If you ever wanted to see spongy bone, yeah, I just picked this one up. Wow, look at this thing. This thing must be a million years old. You can see how badly this person had some serious osteoporosis, osteoporosis in life. Look how much bone loss is happening here. Wow, it's amazing. Anyway, this is the sacrum. As you can see up there, it's 5 individual bones which fuse together. Yeah, there you go. Some of you might still be fusing. But it's generally complete by the age of 25 to 30. It's got a few special features on it: sacral canal, I'll show you the picture. Sacral crest, sacral foramina, and articular facets where here. So here's the sacrum, right here, and this is the coxal bone, your hip bone. Well, there's a joint here. It's called the sacroiliac joint, and there are little facets. This one is so beat up I can hardly show you. Like they're little ear-like facets here. They're called auricular surfaces, and that's where the sacrum articulates with the hip bone to form the sacroiliac joint. So those are special, just unique features on the sacrum. Here's what it looks like. Where's my stick? Okay. So it's got this kind of little raised kind of crest in the center. And this is called the median sacral crest. It's got the sacral canal where the sacral spine runs through there, and little holes where the sacral nerves, sacral plexus and things emerge. And these are the foramina. I don't do the coccyx or the tailbone, something about that. Here on the side, see, it looks like an ear. It's called the auricular surface, and this is where the joint forms for the sacroiliac joint. And then it's got this thing here called the superior articular facet. This is where L5 articulates to the sacrum, where your last lumbar vertebrae kind of forms the joint right there. And that's what I was saying to you guys earlier. Although, God, this one is so beat up, we should find a better one. But you can kind of play with these a little bit, and although this one, I don't know how much I want to play with it, but just to see how the little facets line up. You know, we can do that tonight. So anyway, so that's the sacrum, it's the curve of it, and auricular surface, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, it's a simple bone, but it's 5 bones fused together. We only count as one, but it used to be 5. So that's the sacrum.